Hello everybody, this is Cresso, and I'm here for another interesting topic. And I'm going to talk about health, our health, basically mind, body, and spirit. I've been inspired to talk about this, and it's been on my mind, but lately it's been, I'm just inspired. I really feel that I just wanted to share this to everybody. And I want to talk about what I envision about basically preserving our body, maintaining it, keeping ourselves healthy, physically, mentally, and obviously spiritually. Okay. This topic is going to be, this may not apply to everybody, but it's gonna be a little bit of a sensitive topic. I'm just here to inspire. I'm going to talk about some things that I do know about basically taking care of ourselves physically, for example. Okay, so definitely I want to talk about ideas. So for those that's listening to this clip, also I hope that you be inspired, and we can all basically come out with ideas, some different ideas, since we are all consciousness. So yeah, before I start off with this topic, I just want to say this, okay? For the record, nobody dies, okay? I know a lot of us, and it's going to connect a lot with this clip, obviously, but for the record, nobody dies, okay? No matter what you do, in a way, no matter what, you cannot destroy life. Some of you that observe the idea of religion, you do play with the idea that there's some heaven and you live eternity, but then a good number of us, not all, are afraid of the idea of death. But actuality, there is no death. The only thing I can say is that our own ego mind is afraid of the idea of moving on. Okay, nobody dies, so you may not be in this human body. Okay, you will depends on you. Okay, depends on your spirit. Again, we are everybody's consciousness now. You may come back as a human. You may come back in a different form. You may stay formless, but you will still continue. There's no end. Okay. So I just want to throw this out there a lot, but I'm gonna touch on what I'm saying on through this topic, this whole entire clip. So, but again, nobody dies. All right? Okay. Oh wow. I want to also, I go on YouTube and I see other people basically pass information on of how to take care of yourself, different things, right? And I see that. I'm inspired. I just want to say that I'm inspired to see my fellow man basically deciding to be resourceful. It's great. It impacted me, in fact, because a little bit less than a month ago, I was having a problem I was having a toothache, okay? I didn't want to go to the dentist, I've been through dentists and all that, it's not fun, but let's just say, I didn't want to go, okay? And no, I don't have this lovely health insurance, okay? But anyway, I was going through pain. I was doing things, trying to figure out whatever, doing the best I can. But I did research, okay, and one of the things I will say right now is that this one person created a clip about how to basically, how to heal yourself, let's say through toothache, right? One of the things that I basically try is oregano oil, excuse me. And I went to the vitamin shop and I got it. And you know what? I put drops on it, a couple of drops, maybe a couple of weeks or so, whatever. You know, a few drops here and there. And ever since then, my toothache stopped. I was so excited. I was like, wow. So I want to thank those that anybody on YouTube, for example, those that dedicated, and we are all dedicated now. I do tell people that you are dedicated, but I want to thank those that dedicated their moment to basically be resourceful and passing the information on to your fellow man. I want to thank those for doing that. And I took the liberty of basically being resourceful, and I went out and did the research. I did the work. Knowledge is there. It's there for everybody if we choose to accept it. But yeah, I want to give a big thanks to everybody on YouTube or anywhere. You know, each and every one of us, we're our own personal chemist. Everybody is. It's just great. You know, people are creative. You know, a lot of us are creative. A lot of us decided not be creative for a moment. A lot of us, you know, momentarily decided to not be resourceful. And so yeah, I'm gonna, I'm gonna talk about the things that I observed through life so far. And you know, I'm not a doctor, nor do I really don't want to be a doctor. You know, actually, matter of fact, you know, it's funny. In my beginning of my Earth journey, I tag along with this idea that I wanted to be a heart surgeon. Yeah, it's just amazing. I want to be a heart surgeon. I just had it in me right from the beginning when I first came to this world. I had it in me that I wanted to help people. I like the idea of people helping each other. I like that. So yeah, but now I understand exactly how the whole medical practice is and what's behind it and all that stuff. I'm gonna give my thoughts here about, you know, my take on things. Okay, some of you might agree, some of you won't. Okay, this may not apply to everybody. Okay, this is a very personal topic. Okay, but I feel, again, I'm inspired to talk about this because, you know, I believe that the things that I share, the wisdom that's in me, because I'm consciousness like everybody else, I believe that my words are valid because who I am. So I want to share this. So anyway, a lot of stuff that I've been basically observing through time is that the whole, just going to the doctor, doing the same old, checkup. You do your checkup. You go to the dentist. Why? What do they say? Go to the dentist every 3 to 6 months. And all that, right? And you go to the doctor. You go to the outpatient clinics. And we go to the hospital emergency room. Nobody, a lot of us don't like that, right? And it's like, wow, it's just, it's amazing how the whole thing works. The thing that we grew up with, everybody, it's how to conduct your life and how to go through different steps of where to go, how to treat yourself. All that has been programmed or it's been suggested to you. Nothing is really set. I used to believe that you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to see a doctor, you got to do this, you got to take these type of drugs, you got to do that. And so yeah, you know, through the years growing up, seeing things. But then I started seeing things more in different side of things, like insurance. You know, I look at the whole thing with insurance. It's like between that and what people do to take care of themselves, and it's amazing. So I'm going to do my best to cover some things and do a little bit of follow-up each point. So I'm going to do my best here. So I'm going to start off basically with the whole thing with the whatever. Like, let's say vitamins. Okay, you all know you go to the vitamin store and all that stuff, right? A lot of the stuff, these home remedies or these other stuff that you see in the vitamin store is not approved by the FDA. It says something that gives you this stuff with a little fine label saying that it's not meant to heal people. Okay? It's not. So it's just vitamins. It's just some, you know, nice, colorful, alphabetical drugs. You got A vitamin, B vitamin, C vitamin, D vitamin, all these lovely, alphabet. But they just basically they're just not meant to heal you. That's just, that's my own words from what I got from the whole thing with the FDA nonsense. So I see, over the years I said, oh, okay. Now I'm gonna say this, everybody. Growing up, I believe in the stuff what the FDA say about everything that I believe it or not, I was a big fan that if anything that's not labeled or not approved by the FDA, I didn't trust it. I didn't trust it because it was passed on to me that whatever the FDA tells you, that's it. It's like a done deal. That was my mentality growing up. It's an idea that just keeps me safe, But then, over the years, you see things like this on TV. You got people that have taken certain drugs, these nice little pharmaceutical drugs, and it has side effects. People have been affected. I've seen stuff like that through the years. Lawsuits. The kind of lawsuits on these pharmaceutical companies that over the years that I've seen that the FDA approved, but it affected somebody physically and mentally, and you know that people. You've seen the stuff on TV all the time. You either got malpractice, but not just the malpractice. Let's just talk about. I'm going to just touch on the drugs first, okay? But yeah, I was like saying, wow, I was saying to myself, how could this be? If the FDA approve of this stuff, why there's been so many cases about these drugs? About people being affected. Then, when you look at these pharmaceutical companies with these drugs, right? They got stuff basically tells you gives you instructions that basically, don't take this drug if you're under this. And if you have a heart problem, don't take this, don't take that. This may affect this may affect that. They give you this fast, they read the fine print really fast, like why the heck they read that so fast? Wow. But anyway, these drugs that, between antidepressants, between all these other drugs that we grew up, we accepted it, we took it in. And, it's like, wow, a lot of us, we still accepted this idea, I'm like, wow, it's amazing that you're taking these drugs it will help you in one part of your body, but then it affects the other part of the body. I mean, this is at a point that I was really starting to question the whole system that we put together. And I'm going to say this, everybody, like I said in my other clips. I've taken the responsibility that I created the FDA. I created these pharmaceutical companies. I created that stuff. And so do everybody. We all created this stuff. Now, I know a lot of my clips I say that. I know some of you probably wonder, why would I say something like that? Because the reason why I say that I created it and you created it is because everybody is one. There's no separation. Just because some scientist created a drug, right? That doesn't mean that I'm separated from that scientist, because that scientist is consciousness too. Now, I'm going to say this also to follow with that. Everything what we do is an experience. You see, I also learned about the human paradigm that it is about self-discovery for consciousness. Yes, everything that you do is your choice. If you want to abide by the FDA and its drugs, it is your choice. We created it. You know? But, I just want to, I want to go on, continue on with the drugs that, I was at a point that I was like, wow, I just, slowly but surely, I just shifted out of the whole FDA stuff. I didn't look at the FDA or anything that comes from the FDA, for example, as the go-to stuff. I'm very open-minded these days. Very, very open-minded. I'm so open-minded that I truly believe that there is a cure for every known disease. There is. But, because we created the FDA, you see, like I said in my other clips, the FDA is part of the government, okay? It's a service. It's a service to micromanage how you conduct your life. We put it in charge. That's what we do. But you see, the beauty thing about consciousness is that we could remove the FDA and then create something different. There's really nothing that has any significant power over you people. And you know this. But a lot of us, we become codependent on certain things, and we decided to not know who you really are for the moment, and you decided to not be resourceful for the moment. You're going to rely on a lot of things what the FDA suggests. Yeah, you're going through a double-edged sword here. You're taking these nice little chemical drugs that they make, right? But then you got to watch out for these side effects. You know what I mean? You got to look out. You got to it's amazing. So I look at these ideas that we created that I recognize that is a very limiting paradigm. Very limited. It's not going to help you in the long run. It's really not. But that's what I'm going to say, what I was saying to you early on. A lot of the whole thing behind this whole thing with the drugs and why we put the FDA, why we created here, and I'm only talking about the United States, for example. Every country got its own, let's just say, own FDA type that they created. They got their own little system to basically micromanage people how to conduct their lives. Okay? Some country has it, some don't. But I'm just going to say the United States, for example. That's why I'm saying the FDA. Okay? So, we basically, the whole thing about the FDA is basically fear, control. And the whole thing about life, death, people dying. They don't want people to die. That's another controlling thing that we put together. But like I said in the beginning of this clip, nobody dies. You can't kill life. You're in this body because you're in this body for a reason. You put yourself there. But because you're in this body, you see, you have a responsibility, like everybody. We all have a responsibility. How do we take care of our body? It's like a car. You got a responsibility to take care of your car. It's the same thing like the body. So yeah, I mean, and it's your given right, because of who you are, of how you conduct your life, what type of drugs you take. But again, people, because you see, when you, and this is what I believe, and I made a clip about this idea about when you have fear and self-doubt, okay, you're gonna create things like the FDA. Because you decided to not be resourceful for the moment. So yes, the FDA is going to come in and micromanage how you conduct your life, physically and mentally. Okay? The FDA, of course, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk too much about this because, I don't want to I'm just using things for an example. Okay? I'm not trying to prop the FDA like they have power, because they don't have power. We gave it power, but in actuality, they really don't have power. It's just a suggested idea. I don't care what they got. I don't care if they got lawmakers behind it. I don't care. All I'm telling you is that we created the FDA. We could basically remove the FDA. The FDA, like any other thing in life, is just an idea. Okay? So yeah, it's going to basically, you see, like anything else within the government, it wants to survive. It wants to have power. It wants to basically make sure that you are not being resourceful and you're not able to take care of yourself, and that you have to go to them. So yeah, So I just want to say to everybody, take the responsibility that you created this stuff. I created it. I mutated it to be a fear-based, regulated machine. But the thing is that nothing is set by default. Nothing. Everything is changeable. Even though sometimes things seem to be established or set, like it can't be done, nothing can be changed, that's an illusion right there. Everything is changeable. The reason why you feel that way, if you feel like you can't do nothing about it, or you can't do anything about it because of the powers that be, whatever, is because you'll rely on your own ego. Because you decided to be afraid. A lot of us. Not all, but a lot of us. I'm going to share what I envision at the end of this clip. Okay? About how we basically transition into a place, a state that we're able to take care of ourselves. And I'm talking about widespread. So yeah, so you got these drugs that basically doesn't do anything for you in the long run. Okay? Again, I'm going to say this. A lot of you know this. You feel like you have it's like there's no way you could go. You feel like that's the only thing you could trust. But I want to mention about the people that I gave thanks to. You see, those people, they're no different than you and me. They just decided to be resourceful, like me. I made a decision. I could have gone to the dentist and pulled my tooth out, but I didn't. I just decided to be resourceful. And I tapped in. It's there. Everything you need, people, information's all around us. Because we rely on our fear so much, we rely on the idea that we did create it, but that's basically is based on fear, control. You feel that that's the only place you can go. Because see, again, I want to emphasize what I was saying early on. When I grew up, I didn't even trust the vitamins, because growing up, I felt because the vitamins are not FDA approved, I just didn't give it any credit. I didn't trust it. I didn't trust that anything that's natural is not going to do anything for me. I did. But where did I get this? Where did I get the idea from? Where did it's been passed on. Yes, I did create it. I did create the FDA in spirit. I did create these pharmaceutical drugs in spirit. Okay, I did. Even though we're all connected, I created the stuff. I did. I got sucked into the program. But again, I made a decision. I simply made a decision. I'm not afraid, people. I'm fearless. I know everybody's capable. I know, the thing is, because you're all consciousness, you're all capable of doing the same thing, people. You are. Everyone is. So yeah, so I decided to be resourceful. And my teeth is fine. I'm looking into, I read something about how you could regrow your teeth. I'm looking into that right now. I do believe through the years, I always said to myself, man, that's just too bad, I mean, a lot of us, we go to the dentist, we got a tooth pulled out, we're just not happy, or we feel happy because we want the pain to stop. But I said to myself, this was a long time ago now. I said to myself, I truly believe that the human body, and at the adult stage, I do believe that the human body is capable of regrowing teeth. I do. I look at here's an example. I look at let's say a lizard. A lizard. The tail's cut off, but it regrows the tail right back. And I'm saying to myself, wow, that's really cool. Life is so fascinating. I said to myself years ago, I said, wow, that'd be great. I said to myself, that'd be great that we could do that. We could just regrow our arm, our teeth, other stuff. But where I'm at now, because I see the inner workings of life, everything is possible. Everything. You remember I was saying about the teeth, about us regrowing our teeth? And I'm sorry, I kind of went too fast what I was saying, but the thought I had years ago about people regrowing their teeth, it was synchronicity right there. Because recently I find out that it's possible. There is a tool that you could regrow your teeth, but I'm looking into that. I am, and I'll say, wow, that is amazing. That's exactly that. I say, wow, I thought about this years ago. And it does exist. It's amazing. Whatever you imagine, everybody, okay? Whatever you imagine, okay? It exists. It does. It really does. Because who we are. That's the beauty part about it. It's like, wow, and I'm so excited. I'm going to definitely look into that. And I will get back to everybody about it. I'm saying, yeah, if people are able to regrow the teeth, yeah, people will not go to the dentist no more. And I'm going to get to that other stuff about seeing a doctor and dentist and all that, and the whole thing with the insurance. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. So yeah, if everybody's able to take care of themselves, okay, be resourceful and able to take care of themselves, yeah, there's going to be a change in certain things. There's a shift. I realized that, a couple of years ago that the doctors are not they're not in the business to cure everybody. They're not. They're really not. They're not in the business of curing anybody, because you know why? Because if you're cured, okay? Let's just say you're able to take care of the things that for yourself. You're not going to want to see a doctor no more. It's all a business. It's all a business. Doctors are going to suggest things to you, like they'll give you ideas and tips and different things. They'll refer you. Most doctors, physicians will just refer you. They'll refer you to another clinic. They'll go by their textbook, what they learned in medical school for 7 years. Okay? Now the doctors, I want to say this, the doctors are very intelligent, like you and me. they're intelligent. Just like me, I'm intelligent. You know? I remember going to a doctor. I mean, just want to touch back a little bit about the drugs, about the vitamin stuff. I realized that doctors, they're basically not allowed to recommend about taking vitamins and just anything that's not FDA approved. They can't really discuss or advise you to take certain drugs, take certain vitamins. And I realized it's basically about their license, their medical license. Where do they get their medical license? From the FDA. It's all connected. So yeah, you decided to be an agent for a limited paradigm that we all created. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that's could cure people. Not to knock down the chemical drugs. Not to knock it down. I'm gonna give what I envision about this a little bit shortly in this clip. But the thing is that when you see a doctor, people, okay, again, they're not in a business to cure you. They want you to come back. You see, doctors, they make their money from the insurance, these nice little lovely medical insurance that you have, or these government handouts like Medicaid and Medicare. Medicare is for people that we all get that Medicare that you see in your pay stubs and all that stuff. But you see, doctors, from what I know, that's how they get their money. But yeah, it's all business about you living a nice, healthy life. It's a business. That's all it is. Same thing for the dentist. If you able to tap in, that you're able to take care of your teeth. And again, I want to say this to everybody. What I said before, early on, each and every one of you are responsible to take care of your body. I mean, it's a decision, it's a choice that you make if you allow any idea to suggest how to micromanage your life. It's your decision too. I mean, you are all freedom, people. So yeah, I mean, it's a decision making. I mean, shucks. I mean, we get diagnosed. We got certain disease, certain things going on. Whatever, It all ranges for different things. Your diet, what you eat, and all that stuff. Your lifestyle. And some of the things that I see what the doctors do, or these medical centers, what they do, I don't really entirely agree. Because I see that all it is going to basically affect your body in the long run. Like, I'll just give an example. Somebody is diagnosed with cancer. Okay? They get highly recommended from a doctor to take chemotherapy. So basically, you want to nuke your body with radiation to basically, remove the cancer. But then there's a lot of other situations that go down with that. Obviously, it's FDA approved. But then it affects your body in the long run. Some people claim that it helps them. It does. A lot of people feel like it doesn't. A lot of you, if you are diagnosed with cancer, you feel because, again, just like me, I was under the program that anything that's regulated by the FDA, I have to immediately, boom, they're the go-to people. The doctors, boom. The doctors say, boom. What they say goes. That's it. And, it's like, we all, again, I'm going to emphasize, you all have a responsibility how you conduct your body. I'm going to connect what I said also in the beginning. Nobody dies. A lot of you going about this, you don't want to die, you're afraid and all that. But I want to say this, people. Nobody dies. If you decide to leave this world, okay? I know it's going to be a little tricky to the human mind. If you decide to leave, it's basically It's your doing. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you take care of yourself. But I'm going to inspire people to conduct your life, to take responsibility to conduct your own life, not being micromanaged. But if you do everything right, if you do things, you take vitamins, you take all kinds of natural substance and all that, and you still go, you still leave, you still left this earth. I want to say this to everybody that lost their loved one. The person made a decision. Again, it's a little hard to understand for the human mind, but I'm saying this because I understand the inner workings of life. I decided to be open. I understand who I am. I understand about consciousness. There's nothing outside of you to dictate how you're gonna go or when. A lot of us, we grew up with that program. So yeah, everything connects with that. The fear about death, you going about things in a certain way. You want to nuke your body with radiation, thinking that's going to, oh, I don't want to die, I don't want to suffer this cancer, I'll just go through chemotherapy, right? And all that connects with the fear. But you decided not to be resourceful for a moment. I'm going to say this, I'll do my best to, hopefully this will be clear to everybody. If you have cancer, okay, I'm bringing up these extreme things. If you have cancer, there's things around this world. I'm doing a research right now. I don't have the names of stuff to help people to maintain their life, okay? But because I'm open-minded, there are natural substances that's there to basically take care of a lot of these known diseases. There is. You just got to be open to it. You got to be fearless. You are fearless, people, but you made a decision to be afraid. This whole thing about AIDS. There's cure for AIDS. There is. There's cure for a lot of these diseases. Parkinson's disease, all that kind of stuff. There is. You just got to be resourceful and look. I'm going to cover different things, everybody, because I see the outlook in a lot of these things, and a lot of stuff that we put ourselves under is unnecessary. It really is. It really is. So yeah, there are natural substances, again, to take care of all the known diseases. But I want to say this to everybody, how you feel, you see the mind, when you're stressed out and you feel all kinds of things, you're going to affect your body. It's going to come with things. It's an energy. It is an energy. You know that, people. You get all stressed out, what happens? What happens when you get all stressed out? You get a stroke, you get ulcers, you get all kinds of things, right? It's because of the energy that you put in your body. It's the wrong type of energy. It's not going to serve you. A lot of things that a lot of you go through, whatever sickness, what you go through, you all could basically, if you suggest to yourself heavily that you are healed, that's another big way you can take care of yourself. Or if you want to take natural substance, there are natural substances around this world that you can take care of yourself without dealing with the so-called side effects that these chemical drugs put out there. There are some good things about chemical drugs, but I want to say this to everybody, and I know I'm dancing around between seeing a doctor and the drugs for a bit, but everything connects. If you want to see a doctor, go ahead. I mean, I'm not saying not to see a doctor. I'm just saying a flat out truth that any doctor is not in the business to cure you. You know that. It's all a business. They want you to come back. But if you want to see a doctor, go ahead. Shuck, it's your freedom. I'm just want to inspire people that basically give yourself options. That's all. Give yourself options. Don't limit yourself, and that's the thing. A lot of us, we limit ourselves. We limit ourselves because we're afraid. That's basically it. You are afraid. The idea of the FDA, for example, keeps you safe. But then again, remember I told you early, you got a lot of these drugs, gives you a lot of these problems here and there. You know that. But it's a chance that you take, yeah, you know. But why go through all that? I mean, give yourself options. Give yourself the chance to do that, all that. Man, I don't know. It's like everything connects. You know, I was saying the mind, body, and spirit. How you feel when you start to feel stressed out. When you start to feel stressed out, it's going to affect your body. Also, it's also good to take things that's good for the spirit and mind and body. I will say something like this. I made a clip on ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, it's a tool that's there for us. It like I said on my yellow brick road of ayahuasca, it will show you. It will help you reconnect to things about life. But it's been around for centuries, for a very long time in this world. But it's there for us. We put it there. Consciousness put it there. It's a tool for us. Cannabis is another tool. You take the responsibility, people, how you use these tools. You know, they're not going to affect your body. I mean, people give a recommendation how much you should take of ayahuasca. It depends on what type of plant or how much cannabis you put. But the cannabis, especially cannabis, I learned that it does a lot of great things for the body. It does. I've never taken cannabis, and I've did a little bit of research about it, but it helps a lot of people. Now, I used to ask myself this question that we created government. Government regulates. It regulates. It makes this. We created this law because we allow the government to create these laws. That is against the law to take cannabis. Now it's legal in some states. We made it legal and stuff, whatever. But I asked myself this question a while ago. It's like, well, why cannabis seems to be illegal? Why we made it that way? You remember I was saying earlier, everybody, we created government, or FDA, we mutated it to be a fear-based regulated machine. Now, because cannabis, it's already proven that it can help a lot of you. And I talked to some people about it, and I kind of put this together. I said, okay, this makes sense now. You see, the pharmaceutical companies, they get big support by the government. If more people collectively tap into the natural substance that's out there in this world, the pharmaceutical company is not going to make money. And the government knows that. So they're going to put things like, you know, it will suggest for you not to take this. Don't take that. Don't take this. I realized too, and there's another thing I've seen, so it's going to go a little bit off topic, that the pharmaceutical companies support these politicians and campaign race. And it's kind of like, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Because the pharmaceutical company fundraise these politicians, there is a partnership. Now, I'm going to say this, everybody. I know, I guess I'm sounding like a conspiracist, whatever. Even though the pharmaceutical company and the government work together, still in all, they have no significant power over you people. Because you know why? Because you created the pharmaceutical companies and you created government. That's what you did. I did it. I don't care what laws they got. We created it. You make the law, you break the law, people. Shift the laws, these petty laws, shift it into another dimension. I'm going to touch a little bit on insurance. I look at the health insurance. It's a racket. I talked about that in my human paradigm clip. Health insurance is a complete racket. I see a lot of people are stressed out about not being covered. They can't see their doctor because it's not under the same network. Same similar thing with Medicaid. I was on Medicaid, everybody. Yes, I was. The system has set you up that, if you don't want to see your favorite doctor, you gotta, you can't see your favorite doctor because it's not covered in that network for Medicaid. But very similar to the other health insurance. So yeah, these health insurance don't really care about basically whether you're healthy. It doesn't. It's all a business. But a lot of us, we think that that's just the way thing is. We accepted it. We feel like we can't do nothing about it. So we still go on with this idea about affordable health care. Affordable. You do this to yourself, everybody. Affordable. We create this Obamacare stuff. Been a big, big, big problem with the Obamacare stuff. I've heard about it. People that's conservative don't like the idea about the Obamacare. People are blaming that because their other private health insurance, the cost is going up. Or taxpayer money going to this Obamacare stuff. This whole stuff is ridiculous. And I look at all that, I'm like, it's all based on lack of money. You put a salary cap, people. You do. Or the conservative that talks about how they don't like this Obamacare is because you put yourself under the salary cap. We all did. A lot of us liberals and conservatives, we all put a salary cap. Taxpayers' money. We limit money. So yeah, all that ties together. You're complaining because you got to pay more money. Why you have to pay more money? Because you feel like you don't have a lot of money. So why do we all do this to ourselves? Why we limit money? A lot of these things I'm talking about, everybody, connects. You still think that things is just the way it is. You really believe in this program. It's an illusion that you create now. You believe that, there's nothing can be changed. It doesn't make sense if we remove the system altogether. You really feel that way. You cannot believe the idea that it's crazy to you that people are able to have access to, let's say, medical supplies or natural substance. There are people that's able to take care of themselves. People don't have to go through all the stress. It's crazy to you because you know why you think it's crazy? Because you rely on your own ego. You think life have to be hard, and you gotta lean on certain ideas that's not going to serve you. So yeah, with this Obamacare nonsense, yeah, I think it costs like $400 something a month. But it's not because it's not because of the money. I don't want any health insurance. I got tired of the whole health insurance stuff. I mean, if I decide to go into health insurance, I make my decision. But obviously right now, where I'm at now, I don't care about the health insurance. It's all a business. Try to get dental coverage. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a business. I like for us to have options. I like for us to have options of how to take care of ourselves instead of feeling like we're in a corner. Feeling like this is the only way to be. You look at your dental, let's say you have a health insurance. And you look at your dental. And let's say you need a crown or you need an implant to your teeth. And you feel like, damn, $5,000 for the implant. For the bridge, I don't know how you call it, the foundation, the bridge, the crown, all that, whatever. The whole thing, $5,000 for one tooth now, people. Right? It's a business. You feel like, damn, I can't afford that because we put a salary cap. Not only that, again, I'll emphasize, we rely on the FDA of the information that it gives out. That this is the only way to be. This is it. It's the way it is. But I'm so pleased that I find out there's a way that you can regrow your teeth. And again, I'm super excited. I will look into that. Honestly, don't care about if the dentistry system go out of business. I don't care. Honestly, don't. And I'm going to get to that very shortly about the transition. I'm going to share to everybody what I envision, how we all transition, of how we are basically widespread, of how we collectively are resourceful enough to take care of ourselves. So yeah, the insurance and all that stuff is a business. It really is. Your vision, right? You need contacts. Yeah, the FDA got that down pat. Yeah, contact lenses. You feel stuck. My insurance or whatever insurance I got, it doesn't cover contact lenses. What I'm gonna do? Oh, gee, I gotta buy these cheap glasses for now. Are you happy with those cheap glasses? No. But because your lovely health insurance don't cover contact lenses, gee, what are you gonna do now? Again, you put a salary cap on yourselves. And you decided not to be resourceful for a moment. I do believe that there's natural substance out there that can take care of your vision. Everybody that's born blind or whatever goes on your body, people, I'm going to say this straight up. And I'm not afraid. I don't care if I sound crazy. I don't. I am crazy. I will admit I am crazy. To the ego mind, I am absolutely nuts. And I'm proud of it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I literally got myself out of the game of feeling trapped, feeling cornered, feeling like, damn, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to take care of myself. I don't have the right health insurance, or I don't got enough money, or I'm not resourceful for a moment. I'm so glad I got myself out of the game. I could go back, but I don't want to. I could go back to the game. Shucks. I'm freedom. But again, I don't want to. So yeah, you know, you settle yourself for less because you put yourself under a salary cap. We limit money. I don't want to go too far off the topic about money. But I just want to say this real quick about this. We all agree, basically, to limit money. We all did it. We all did it because we are afraid. A lot of us, not all, but a lot of us take on the idea that you're not prosperity. I mean, you are prosperity with or without the currency. But the idea, I want to say this, but the idea to limit money, to put yourself on a salary cap, I want to say this, is unnecessary. Think about humanity, you know, it's like we are easily accepted the idea that you have to live life hard. To live life easy, to live life simple, calm, it doesn't make sense to the human mind. It absolutely doesn't. Unless if you're at a place spiritually that you literally step outside of that, and that you don't identify yourself as just being human, and that you are consciousness, yeah, you're not going to really care that whether what you believe or where you stand at spiritually, or you free yourself from a lot of these limited programs. You're not going to care that if you are crazy. You're not. So yeah, you know, so that's the thing with the health insurance. We go through all the stress, all that. And for what? Why do this to yourself? You know, whether you have kidney problems or whatever it is. I'm gonna say, I know I'm repeating myself here and there, and there's a reason why I'm doing this. You're responsible how you conduct your life. Whether you do things by taking natural substance, or if you decided to take these chemical drugs. Whatever you do, people, you are responsible. Nobody can't micromanage how you conduct your life. You know that. You want to play the game, you want to be in a drama box. So yes, you're going to put yourself in a situation, oh gee, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, should I go through this test? Should I go through that? What do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what I can't see my doctor. I don't know if they're taking this natural substance. It doesn't make no sense. So yeah, you do all those things to yourself. You put yourself all through that drama. For what? Because when you rely on the ego, that's what happens. You're not setting yourself up to win. You're just constantly putting yourself in a situation that you don't want. But you are putting yourself in. It's weird, right? I really believe it is part of the human paradigm, because you don't know who you are for the moment. You're going to put yourself in a situation that you have to fight or stress yourself out and not believe that you do deserve all the best things in life. And you do deserve to live healthy, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So yeah, I covered the thing with the medicines, the medications and all that, doctors, the hospitals, all that stuff, the insurance. Oh man, it's like, wow. There's another thing too I want to touch on that. I realize in other parts of the world, a lot of things with having medical supplies or certain information, it's all basically being micromanaged again. Like I was saying about government, it's all political. Not just political, but you see, a lot of people from other parts of the world, they have a lack mentality. It's kind of falls a little bit on my human paradigm clip. There are natural substance that's grown in different parts of Earth that could basically help a lot of people and a lot of things. I'm sorry, I don't got the name of it, but I'm just speaking, I'm inspiring everybody. I'm very open-minded to that. But a lot of people from other parts of the world, they decided to not basically share or talk about or pass down information because they got a lack mentality. They feel that if other people know about it, they feel like they're going to basically run out. And I'm going to say this, anybody that thinks the idea of scarcity, you're literally falling under the illusion. There's really no scarcity. There's no limit to life. I mean, look at the trees around the earth. You ever picture that a land is all burnt up? It looked like you can't grow nothing. You cannot grow nothing. You ever see a picture that you have one tree, one baby tree that's grown right in the middle of like this toxic, burnt field? One tree. I look at that? I look at that as hope. I look at that you can never destroy life. So for anybody that falls under this illusion that the scarcity, you're doing that to yourself. The paradigms of anything that supports that, let's say the government or pharmaceutical company, whatever, is all basically using that to control you. But we allow it. There's enough supplies that's part of the Earth resources to basically take care of the Earth population 6 times over. I don't care to have data. I don't need data from a computer. Because this is what I believe spiritually. I'm fearless to say that. I don't need no scientific data to tell me that. You got to make a decision, everybody. So yeah, there are information around this world that definitely can help. But I want to say this again. The mind, when you live in a certain lifestyle, and you flood your mind with negative energy, the wrong type of energy that's going to basically shift you into something that's not going to help you, yes, you're going to create disease. If you ever break this down, disease, break it down. Dis-ease. You know what I'm talking about? Break it up. You know the word ease? Put your mind at ease, right? You put dis-ease. That's the word disease, everybody. So a lot of it is in the mind. A lot of the illness, a lot of stuff that goes on in the body, it all starts from the mind. And at the same time, there are substances in this world to assist you. Because consciousness, which is us, we put it there. It's there to assist us. It's a tool. I know I'm talking more about the mind and body more than spiritual. But, you know, I'm going to get to that I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. But, yeah, there's everything out there for us, everybody. I cracked up about this race for the cure. I'm like, it's so ridiculous. It's another drama that you put yourself under. Uh-oh, you got a race for the cure. Time is running out. Yeah. That's what we do. Race for the cure. That is absolutely ridiculous. Yet there is a cure for all known disease. But you, everybody, you got to do the work. Everything starts from you. Everything. I think I covered a good amount of stuff. I want to wrap this up. This is what I envision for everybody worldwide. I envision that everybody collectively understood who they are. This is what I envision. People understood that they are consciousness. People in all walks of life understand that they deserve the best things in life. Everybody connected to the things that's going to assist them. People are fearless. People basically pass on or circulate earth resources in terms of taking care of their body. People built new type of hospitals. I call it a healing center. It's a new type of center that basically people you know, you got, you know, if you want to have those chemical drugs, fine, but it's a place that people go there to heal the mind, body, and spirit. You have all the natural substance from this beloved world that we created. It's all there. And all those centers is enough for everybody. People go there to meditate, or they can meditate anywhere. But a healing center, a spiritual center, whatever. You might call it a church, but not really. A place that you can meditate, a place that you could, for example, you could take ayahuasca. You could take other substances that you could basically maintain your body. That's there for you. You don't have to, you know, people understood this, and they don't have to go through the red tape about how to take care of themselves. There is no health insurance. People literally basically removed the health insurance altogether. There's resources there to take care of the body, enough for everybody. And it's great. It's great. I see people just happy, enjoying a blissful life, living healthy. Why? Because everybody deserves it. This is what I envision. You know, you got endless amount of supply of cannabis. You have people have broken bones or whatever, a fracture. You got substance that basically could heal the bone. People's visions are healed. So yeah, the beauty thing is that people literally taking charge. People literally taking responsibility of taking care of themselves. And it's not because they're afraid about moving on from this world. It's that because while they're in this human experience, people just basically want to maintain their body. That's it. You're just maintaining your body. You're living your blissful life on this earth. You literally took charge of your own life. You are basically able to conduct or how to conduct your own life. People are literally, they are healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually. Everything connects. And it's absolutely wonderful. These new healing centers, it's like people just literally built these buildings or new type of clinics. People combining their intelligence, building medical supply, medical technologies, or whatever that you never thought it's possible, and it's actually created because we did it. We created new medical technology, whatever it is, x-rays, whatever, scanner, whatever it is. It's like we combine because every one of us, we are intelligent. So yeah, this is what I envision for everybody, worldwide. Anyway, I'm glad I created this clip, and I will share about my progress, about my regrowing my teeth. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna do a little bit more research, but I'm excited. And I truly believe what I share to everybody. I believe that you are inspired. So it's been a pleasure, as always. I will be back for another great topic. Take care.